Okay, so Mr. Harwell, why did you select Elevate Learning for your students?
Well, we selected Elevate Learning for several reasons. Number one, our school is on the persistently low achieving list for high schools, which means we're one of the lower performing high schools in the state of Michigan. And with that being said, our math scores are very low. So we are looking at more than just one way of teaching mathematics to our students. And for us, we said to ourselves, we really need to not only provide the Michigan Merit curriculum, which is what our obligation is, but we really have to add more to that, because what we talk about is backfilling. There's a lot of skills that our students don't bring to us. And Elevate Learning was one of those aspects of being able to backfill, because what we really try to do is get as much of a one-on-one or very low student-to-teacher ratio.
And so you think the one-on-one tutoring was helpful and important in the program?
You know, it really was, because it allows students to talk with a tutor on a consistent basis. It's the same tutor that they talk to. And, you know, it's interesting because our students will say, you know, I get the same tutor, right? And so, you know, as they're working through problems, they can show the tutor on a little pad that they have, and as they work out the problems, it comes on the computer screen, and so the tutor and them are talking to each other. It wasn't a matter of our teachers don't know the content. It wasn't a matter of our paraprofessionals can't do it. It was a matter of this is just another way of trying to reduce our student-to-teacher ratio and get as much one-on-one as possible.
So how do you think it benefited the students?
Well, it benefited the students because we achieved that low teacher-to-student ratio. It allowed us to backfill a lot of those skills that we typically wouldn't be able to backfill, if you will. So, for example, if you take a student who's in geometry or in Algebra 2, well, I mean, there are certain skills that they're walking in Algebra 2 and they don't have. And so, as a teacher needs to move through the curriculum, we still need some guiding force to keep them not only on track with Algebra 2 Michigan Merit curriculum, but also, again, to backfill with those skills. And we just felt that Elevate Learning would really be able to do that, and we really feel that it has been able to do that. I mean, comments I consistently hear from teachers is, wow, okay, now, you know, they're really getting it and they understand some of the concepts, as before they weren't getting that.
So are you planning on using it again next year, and what would you like to see changed for next year?
Yep, definitely planning on using it next year. I'd say the only change would be how do we expand it, and so that would mean just how do we then infuse the technology, because there's a technology aspect of it. We have the technology. It's just a matter of logistics, a matter of planning, and a matter of laying out how we, you know, we'll pay for it. And we used some of our title monies this year to supplement the resources. So it's just a matter of planning.
So how did you implement the program this year? Like, what was the structure for using Elevate Learning?
Right. Well, what we did is we had practice ACT tests back in September. We took that data and we actually used data to drive instruction. So once we got the results, then we sat down on the PD day and we divided the students of who needed the extra assistance with with mathematics. Okay. Once we did that, then we brought in Elevate Learning and we created a class called Math Success. So we have a certified teacher that oversees the class, and we also have 4 paraprofessionals. The paraprofessionals and the certified teacher work in very small groups of students who have been targeted to be in this classroom. And then again, as the paraprofessionals are working, let's say with 2 or 3 students, now we've got the one-on-one. So almost every other day, or most of the days of the week, we have very small one-on-one, one-on-2, one-on-3 assistance, because that's what you need for these students. We did another practice ACT test in December to see how our students did from the first ACT test to the second, and mathematics, by the way, increased. In fact, in December, our scores were better than where they were last March.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I think it's a combination of many things, but Elevate Learning was certainly a part of that ingredient of success for us.
And one final question. So how was the customer service? Like, were you able to set everything up technology-wise? You had good responses when you needed?
Right. You know, that's whenever you start something, it just takes a while to get it up and running. But it was really easy to work with. Elevate Learning, technology folks. We have a lot of technology already. We had the headphones and the speakers and everything. We had a little issue just getting started with the pads, but that was more of an issue on our end. But we resolved it very quickly, and we implemented it very quickly, and we use it religiously now.
Great. Well, thank you very much.